Marina Mabrey, that slime ball that viciously attacked Caitlin Clark, blindsided her like she was in a football game. Ridiculous. She has come out and spoke about the situation with Caitlin Clark and her assaulting her.
The WNBA world just witnessed something absolutely wild, and it all circled back to one infamous moment that refuses to fade away. Remember Marina Mabrey? Yes.
That's about it.
Yes. Oh, and Marina Mabrey's gonna get ejected.
The same player from Connecticut who shoved Caitlin Clark to the ground and then laughed it off as if nothing had happened. She truly believed she could assault the face of the league.
Didn't happen.
June, July, August. So it's 2 months later. 2 months later, she pushes this story out. But we clearly see the things that she's doing. We clearly see that she's
walked away unscathed. She thought the universe would let it slide, that the fans would eventually.
And now, Marina Mabrey is trying to moonwalk back said incident.
The woman who thought she could.
But that's not how things played out. What began as arrogance and defiance has now turned into a sad, transparent attempt at damage control. The woman who once mocked her own actions is suddenly crawling out with excuses and half-hearted apologies.
Her lies.
But
some of y'all gotta stop playing games and acting like we stupid, because we're really not. We're really not. Marina Mabrey, what you did was dirty, and you have fallen. Now see what it is you trying to get all the people off your you know what. Because we on you, we're not gonna leave it alone. We're gonna stay on you.
Fans are not buying a single word. So let's rewind to that infamous night, June 17th, Indiana Fever versus a Connecticut Sun. From the very start, the game carried tension. J.C. Sheldon poked Caitlin Clark in the eye, and many fans.
It's just a weird situation because it seems simultaneously like it's, yeah, I overreacted, but also, you know what, I do it again.
Instantly saw it as a deliberate attempt to injure the young super.
Marina Mabrey had a situation with Caitlin Clark in which she shoved her to the ground, and it made national news.
For those who.
But shockingly, that wasn't even the worst of it. Moments later, Marina Mabrey seized her opportunity, with Clark walking away.
And the worst of it all was this incident on June 17th with the Connecticut Sun. Now, Caitlin Clark did play the Connecticut Sun again after that, and you see J.C. Sheldon did the same tactics again. Guess what she did? She tried to knee her in the groin. That's the game Caitlin Clark got hurt.
J.C. Sheldon
completely disengaged from the scuffle. Mabrey came charging in and shoved her violently to the ground. It was blatant. It was unnecessary. It was cowardly. Everyone could see it wasn't a basketball play. It was a calculated cheap shot aimed at the.
Marina Mabrey, that was dirty. Let's just be clear here. That was dirty. You know it was dirty. You know what you did was dirty, Marina Mabrey.
She knew she tried to star. And what did Marina Mabrey do next? Instead of reflecting, instead of showing remorse, she hopped on Instagram
because she didn't see what was happening. Like, that was one of the things people noticed with the new footage. Marina Mabrey had her back turned. Like, she genuinely had her back turned. And she had also, am I right in saying that she swung a swinging back fist at Aaliyah Boston? Or a spinning back fist?
The very next day, brushing the whole thing off with arrogance, saying, damned if I do, damned if I don't. No apology.
It was her saying, damn if I do, damned if I don't. How could you say damn if you do, damn if you don't, when you assaulted Caitlin Clark, Marina?
No accountability. Just a smug dismissal of what had just happened on the court. The audacity was unreal. Attack the face of the league, then act like you've done nothing wrong? Fans were furious. Social media erupted with outrage. Justice for Caitlin began trending, and Twitter exploded with fans demanding accountability. But instead of calming the storm,
Demands for justice.
Days after the shove heard about the women's basketball world, Mabrey was heard saying, damned if I do, damned if I don't, when addressing a commentator on Instagram live stream.
And after that, she even tried.
In interviews, she tried justifying her actions by saying she was protecting her teammate. Protecting her teammate? Nobody bought it. Every explanation made her look more guilty. Every excuse made her seem more arrogant. What Mabrey underestimated was the force of Caitlin Clark's fan base. Millions of new
guilty.
supporters.
Let's just be clear here. That was dirty. You know it was dirty. You know what you did was dirty, Marina Mabrey. So don't try to sit here and act like, oh, she pushed me into the bleachers.
Marina
Discovered women's basketball because of her. They weren't about to let anyone get away with targeting base.
Spoke about the situation with Caitlin Clark and her assaulting her. He said,
Especially in such a blatant and dirty way. Months passed, June, July, August.
history.
The backlash.
The people in charge knew who they were looking to talk to, which if I was telling them or advising them at what players to talk to, sorry, Marina, you're on the list.
And an
fade. Mabrey began to realize she couldn't run from the fallout forever. And so, recently, she tried a different approach. Rewrite
Marina Mabrey saying she overreacted. I'm like that's an understatement. That is a massive understatement. Say
writing history. In a new interview, Mabrey finally admitted, "Obviously, I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I probably overreacted a little bit, but my teammate is getting it, and I'm not okay with that." Notice the language. Still excuses.
so don't try to sit here and act like, oh, she pushed me into the bleachers. Bro, she didn't throw you into no bleachers. Y'all both was going for a loose ball. A whistle was blown. It was a dead ball. It wasn't a live play. Stop playing games.
But
Still
here's
shifting
where it gets
blame. Overreacted a little bit. You blindsided the league's biggest star in a dead ball situation, and the best you can muster is probably overreacted a little. Fans weren't impressed. And then she took it further. In an almost desperate attempt to flip the script, Mabrey claimed, "Me and Caitlin were cool. We competed against each other before. She threw me into the benches in the quarterfinals, and we didn't go after her for it." The delusion was stunning.
Did
Fans had
assault.
already...
Caitlin Clark did not hit JC Sheldon. JC Sheldon captain Insano to Caitlin Clark. She got her with the eye poke, and Caitlin Clark was walking away. Caitlin Clark was walking away from JC Sheldon.
He
wanna know
analyzed
what the
every frame of the footage. Everyone knew Clark was simply walking away when Mabrey shoved her. Comparing it to routine physicality in a playoff game was laughable. The reality was crystal clear. This wasn't basketball. This was personal. Even worse, Mabrey doubled down by blaming the fans themselves. I don't care. Honestly, I really don't. I thought it only got upgraded to a flagrant 2 because of the way the fans reacted to it. So now it's the fans' fault? Not her shove, not her arrogance, but the fans who demanded accountability. Once again, instead of owning up, she shifted the blame. What Mabrey still doesn't seem to understand is that this isn't just about Caitlin Clark the player. It's about Caitlin Clark the movement. Clark has single-handedly breathed new life into the WNBA. She's the reason millions of new fans